White women, watch this video and I'll be right back. Black men, you could watch it too. Let's watch this.
Stop looking at my phone. But you don't understand. Are you hard of hearing?
Bro, so if I slap you right now, are you calling the cops?
If you, first of all, okay, as soon as you reach to try to slap, I box. So I know when to leave some shit.
Who are the cops gonna believe, me or you? Okay, so please stop and be quiet. That's the face I was making the whole time. I'm just being honest though, like, the only thing that's gonna help you is witnesses.
I got my sister right here.
Cause I'm putting on the best fucking sob story I could ever put on in my life.
It's on stream, dickhead.
She said if the police was called, who do you think they would believe? Me or you, black man? She said that she would cry and do one of the greatest performances she could have ever done to make sure that the police believed her over the black man, even if she's the one that's in the wrong. And the only thing he could say is, oh, well, I have you videotaped. Thank goodness for camera phones. Oh my God. That is a perfect example of how white women understand their white privilege. Anywho, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Remember, diversity equal power. We can change the world when we work together and protect black women. She said that shit out loud.
No.
What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode. I really do appreciate your love and support on this channel. I'm sure you all have heard about white women's cheers, a simple cry, a trembling voice, but for centuries those cheers have carried power, deadly power, especially when it comes to black men. And today on this episode we need to talk about how white women's cheers have been used as a weapon and the devastating consequences it has had on black men throughout history and even today. So as you're seeing on this episode of how this woman said how she could easily pretend and the cops are gonna believe her over him. And mind you, I think these guys are a couple. Can you imagine how dangerous that is? And the fact that she's very bold to come and say these on live television or whatever live maybe stream they were doing is very dangerous, and this man needs to watch out. I want us to watch these videos together, guys. Every clip and every stitch that you'll be seeing on this episode, credits belongs to the original creators of these videos that you see on your screens. I'd really love to know what your thoughts or what your take is on these on the comment section, especially if you're a black man watching this. Let me know what you think about what she had to say. So let's just dive right ahead and we'll come back with more commentary.
One of the scariest things you can encounter as a young black man is the tears of a white girl. I've experienced this multiple times, and I'm telling you, you never want to be in that situation. I've had multiple girlfriends and gotten arguments with them to the point where I feel like if someone's getting too emotional in my space, if things get too heated, I just want to be left alone. And I've told multiple white girls to just leave my house. And you know what they tell me every single time? No. I don't know what it is about white girls specifically. I notice in multiple other races this never really happens, but white girls will look you dead in your face and tell you no. And I've had multiple of them stand in front of my door and try to physically stop me from telling them to leave. They won't let me open the door. They will trap me in my room, trap me in my house. And as a black man, you have no idea how to navigate that situation. Because what do? Push you out of the way? Or do I call the police? Either way, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a great scenario for me. So I'd rather just avoid it in general. And I'm letting the young black men out there know that if you're ever in a situation like this, stop talking to that girl. You need to leave her alone. If you need to call the cops, call the cops. If you ask enough times, she will eventually leave, but it's going to be tough. Just stay strong.
Who are the cops gonna believe, me or you?
Check this out, right? I just did a video not too long ago about the 14-year-old boy that went to a all whitey barn party, got called a bunch of N-words and damn near thrown in the meat grinder. I just reposted another story about a brother getting hung in the university, got lynched and hung in the university. Now I'm seeing this. You know what we're doing? We're not learning. You know what I'm saying? We're not learning. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of wise men in the streets telling you guys to separate from these people. And we still continue to see certain things that we should be learning, we should have learned already not to do. She said, who are the police going to believe, me or you? Then she said she's going to put sing the sob story of a lifetime or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, we're just setting ourselves up for failure by not separating. You know, you want to learn more on how to separate and how to find maybe a more decent woman? Join the ISUPK under Commander General Johanna. Get in class, because this is getting ridiculous right now. Come somewhere where you can learn. ISUPK under Commander General Johanna. Look it up.
All right, I watched the video. Let me break it down for you, right? So basically, he's sitting next to this girl, this white girl. I don't know if it's his girlfriend or whatever, right? So she threatens, he tells her to stop looking at his phone. She threatens to slap him, and she was like, if I call the police, who are they going to believe? He is recording the whole thing, so she put her hands on him. All he got to do is show the police the video, and she's going to jail. Now, I don't know what this black girl is doing, right, to prove a point about white women or whatever, right? But with a person with intelligence and common sense, let me tell you what's going to happen. She's going to jail because all he got to do is show the video of her putting her hands on him, and she's going to jail. And no matter what color, white, black, Asian, Latino, Hispanic, whatever, you're going to jail because he has proof that she hit him first, you dummy. So what is this video supposed to prove? What? That if he has proof, or if you have proof that somebody put their hands on you or hit you first, they're going to jail for DV? I'm black, so what are you trying to prove? You said black man watched this too. Yes, I watched it and I saw. And I have common sense and I know how the law goes. And I know how things go. If she hit him first, he has every right to hit her back and nothing's going to happen to him. That's what's going to happen. You dummy. I'm out. Peace.
Who are the guys going to believe, me or you?
Hey, Jeff here. Did you all see his demeanor? We all saw the thought process he was having. That she wasn't just right, but that for his safety, he had to shut up. And for those who don't know, my partner is white. And those conversations, we have them. I told her in one of our conversations that she has to be aware. At any given moment, she could put me in danger. She is aware of that, and she acknowledged that. And I love her even more for that. And obviously, we have other conversations that are very confronting for both of us. But that is something that when you are in a relationship with someone that does not look like you, that you need to have. Because you will end up with someone like this person who will have no problem reminding you of the danger you are just being with them. And I will guarantee you that it won't be easy. But if you truly love that person, you will do the work. Like I'm doing, like my partner is doing. Yeah. Let's see what it's 7. Much love, Black Queen.
I know when to leave some
Who
shit.
are the guys going to believe, me or you?
Bruh, honest to God, true God TG. I'm just gonna keep shit real proper. Like, I'm gonna be careful on this platform here, but I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm very pro men's rights, human rights for men. And these are facts, not feels, these are facts. Men can easily get accused of something, and then, God forbid, the opposite gender there, they actually make accusations. They can put men in real bad places with the system, law system. So that's like, an unfair advantage. And then her actually saying like, this is the ethnicity or colour thing. She's like saying she's got more status because of her ethnicity over him. I'd be out with that emotional BS, emotional blackmail.
Yes, guys, you just heard what she said and you just saw what she did. Now, let's go back to history. In slavery and Jim Crow, American white women's accusations were enough to destroy black men's lives. Until today, we've seen it happening. Think about Emmett, a 14-year-old black boy who was brutally unalived in 1955 because of a white woman said he whistled at her. She later admitted she lied, but by then, his life was gone. And now you can imagine this woman asking this man, who I assume is her boyfriend, that question, like, who do you think the cops will believe, After the damage has been done is when she'll come to, agree, I was the one on the wrong. This is all on me. And you've seen actually so many people warning about, white women, tears and what they can cause. They can cause even someone's life or someone ending in jail for a lifetime. After this woman admitted about Emmett, his life was already gone. It was another story, another reminder that white women's tears could spark more violence and even unaliving of black men. And this wasn't just about individuals. It was and is still systematic. White women were seen as and still are seen as symbols of purity that has to be protected, and black men were cast as the permanent threat. And then this narrative has been used to justify segregation like in the old days, like back in those years, and also unaliving and controlling of black societies. Let's look at the power of perception. Why are white women's tears so powerful in the society? This is because society has been trained to see white women as innocent, fragile, and always in need of protection. So when they cry, they are seen as victims. But when black men raise their voices, they are seen as aggressive. That imbalances flips reality upside down, making the actual victim look like a villain. And I know you all heard or saw that video last year that it was going viral, where this black woman was asked, who would you rather be in a room with, a white man or a white woman? And this black woman and so many other black women came and they were recreating that video, and they were choosing to be in a room with a white man. Reason because white women's tears are quite expensive and they can actually cause them a lot. To some of you may think that this is just something in the past. But remember, back in 2020 in Central Park, an incident occurred. A white woman called the police on a black man who was simply bird watching. She cried, she raised her voice, and she said he was threatening her life, when in fact, he wasn't. And this is exactly what this woman was trying to show this man in this video, that it's quite easy for her to call the police and they will actually believe her, because she'll actually pull up the best that she can, the game that she can with her tears to play as the victim in this case. And this white woman in Central Park, she knew what her tears and words could do in a world where police violence against black men is a daily reality. And this is exactly what this woman that you've seen in this video knows, and they actually know how to do it. You've seen a couple of black men getting unalived by their Caucasian fiancés, and nothing is done because most of these cases are just dropped and no one is actually brought to justice, even if actually they have evidence of what happened. Even in workplaces and schools, this actually plays out. A disagreement between a Caucasian woman and a black man can shift instantly if she starts crying. Suddenly, the room is comforting her while the black man is painted as intimidating. even when he's the one who is being mistreated. So what does this mean for black men? It means constantly having to work on eggshells, lowering their tone, adjusting their body language, softening their preference just to avoid triggering those tears. It means carrying centuries of trauma that says one false move, one false accusation, one tear, and your life could be in danger. And this is why this man needs to be very careful, and so many other black men out there. You've seen in cases where, these men, black men, have been unalived by their partners, and people are just out here telling them they were unalived by their preference. It's okay to have a preference, but it's also good to always be on the lookout of those red flags, because they're always there. Because if one of them is bold enough to come and say it out loud, can you imagine how many of them are out there who are actually doing these things in secret? White women are not harmless. They've been weaponized against black men for generations. And until the society confront how much power and destruction can be hidden behind those tears, people have to keep repeating the same painful story. And people have to be very careful out there, and especially the black men. So the next time that you see those tears, ask yourself, who is really in danger? And this is also a question that most police officers should be asking themselves, because they've seen this repeating itself. They've seen this happening over and over again since slavery till to this day. So it's a question that the society and also the police at large should ask themselves: is this woman really telling the truth, or are they just using their tears to play as the victim? I don't know what you all think, guys, but I would really love to know what your thoughts are on the comments section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and especially if you're a black man watching this, let me know what you think about this. And if you're actually a white woman watching this, I'd also want to know what your take is on this on the comments section. Thank you so much for watching up to this part, and until the next episode, bye.